Panhard and Levassor Type M2E 4 horsepower 1899. Rand Panhard was a qualified engineer whose Paris-based business made woodworking tools and built Deutz engines under license. With his partner, Mile Levassor, he experimented with horseless carriages using engines licensed from Daimler. In 1891, Panhard at Levassor offered for sale what was arguably the world's first production car, using a built-under licensed Daimler engine. Both Daimler and Benz had made automobiles before Panhard, but these had been individual prototypes rather than models intended for series production. Above all, the firm was responsible for bequeathing the automobile world the system Panhard, which embodied the now familiar layout of a front-mounted engine driving the rear axle via a clutch, gearbox and differential. The modern motor car had been born. After Emile Levassor's death in 1897, Rand Panhard reorganized his company as a joint stock corporation to attract wealthy investors, while Commandant Arthur Constantin Krebs succeeded Levassor as technical and production manager. Krebs began work by designing a series of four-cylinder engines with nominal power outputs ranging from 8 CV to 20 CV. His Paris-Amsterdam racer of 1898 featured a tilted, as opposed to vertical, steering column, and this innovation was soon carried over to the production cars. Racing developments continued to influence the production Panhards, which soon featured front-mounted radiators, first seen on the Paris-Bordeaux racer of 1899. Battery, coil ignition and Krebs' own diaphragm carburetor were features of Panhard at Levassor engines by the end of 1901, and during that year he introduced the first power units, known as the Centaur family, to depart from the original Daimler design. Panhard at Levassor swiftly established a reputation for fine engineering, excellent craftsmanship, superior reliability and outstanding performance, qualities that placed the company at the forefront on early motorsport, notably the great continental city-to-city races of the time. Little wonder therefore that such notables and sportsmen as the Hans C.S. Rolls, Randolph, Maurice Farman, Lange Erardo and Fernand Charon were associated so closely with the marque. As early as 1898, Charon had driven a Panhard at Levassor to victory in the Paris-Bordeaux race, covering the course at an average speed of 26.9 miles per hour, while in 1899 Gerardo's 12-horsepower car covered the 201 miles of the Ostend-Paris race to win at an average speed of 32.5 miles per hour. Significantly, it was with a Panhard at Levassor that Charles Rolls chose to commence his competitive career, driving one of the French manufacturer's cars on the 1,000-mile trial of 1900. In that same year Rolls used his Panhard to give the Duke and Duchess of York, later King George V and Queen Mary, their first ride in an automobile. This restored 4-horsepower two-seater is powered by the Daimler Phoenix vertical twin-cylinder engine, with bore and stroke of 80 by 124 and engine capacity of 1,201 cc. Original factory records show that car number 1862 was invoiced on 11th of September 1899 to Assimonat Con Parasbly, Saint-Marne, while the body is recorded as a Charrette Anglaise d'Astos with American hood. While still in the first owner's hands it returned to the factory twice, on 6th of January 1900 and 30th of August 1902, on the second occasion receiving a new cylinder head from the 5-horsepower engine. The current vendor purchased the Panhard, as a part restored project, in the Bordeaux region of France in 1999 and completed the restoration in his own workshop. Works carried out included replacing the chassis wooden frame, flitch plates and subframe, and fitting a reproduction body in a style different from that of the original. After completion, the car was inspected in May 2014 by members of the Veteran Car Club's Dating Advisory Committee while at Mercedes-Benz in Mannheim, Germany, and allocated a manufacturing date of 1899. An early starter on the Brighton Road and a magnificent Victorian vehicle in all respects, car number 1862 is offered with the VCC's vehicle identification and dating certificate and illustrated 65-page report, perusal recommended.